Anyway, because we don't have a soloist today, I thought I'd give you all a short story about a great Christian saint. So this takes place in the year 401 A.D. A son of a nobleman was abducted at night at knife point. He was 10 years old and taken to Ireland and made a slave. And in that day and time, slaves were not allowed to wear clothes. He was sent up into the hills of Ireland for months at a time to be a shepherd. And he had nothing to do and no way really to deal with the bitter cold and the rain and the sleet, this and that. So he prayed, even though he had not really been religious as a child. He was only 10 years old. But he prayed. He'd say, sometimes I would pray 100 prayers during the day and another 100 at night. And in all these moments of silence and solitude, and all these trials, these are where the circumstances in our life that come up, that challenge us, are generally those circumstances where we get these great, great breakthroughs. And in this particular case, after about 6 years, he started having dreams of God, visions, and voices. He started hearing God, and one night he heard, "Your prayers have been answered, your ship is coming." And he sat right up, and the voice said, "Go tomorrow." And he walked 200 miles inland, or from the inland to the sea, and there happened to be a ship going back to Britain, and he got on it and went back. And of course, this is St. Patrick. And the end of the story is, or sort of the end of the version is, that through all this time alone that he spent up there as a shepherd praying in the cold, he got just completely, mystically connected to God, and decided to consecrate his life to God, and went on to a seminary school, became a bishop actually, and decided to go back to Ireland, which was decidedly heathen. Tremendous warring between the clans. They'd offer their newborn children as offerings to the gods of harvest and this sort of a thing. They'd wear skulls on their waist, of their enemies. It's just like real wild almost. And St. Patrick went back and started preaching and teaching. And what he did was he started teaching people how to read. And he taught them by having how to read and write. He taught them by teaching them the Bible. And the Irish love words. They love speech. There's very melodic speech. And so they just honored this and treasured this, and suddenly all these monasteries sprang up. And by the time he died, Ireland was a Christian country. And what happened was that about this time, the Roman Empire was being run over by the barbarians and just being destroyed. And all the copying of the ancient books, the Greeks, the Arabic books, all the wisdom of the West was being burned and destroyed. But in Ireland, the whole civilization was being saved because the monasteries there were independent of the Roman Empire. They'd never been conquered by Rome. And Ireland is credited with, therefore St. Patrick really, is credited with saving Western civilization, because 1,100 years later, all these books, were in Ireland and were brought out to the rest of the continent. So that's sort of the story of St. Patrick, and the idea is to take home with us is that whatever the trials we have in our lives, whatever the tribulations, somewhere in there, there's this great opportunity to go within and find some resolution that's a gift to yourself, to your family, to mankind.